Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kid Show, and today we're talking about something that's truly important to me, and, well, I'm a primary PC gamer, but I also happen to own every single modern console. And you may ask, hey, Cassie Cage, why do you own all the modern consoles when you could just play them on PC and they'll play as good, if not better, more than likely, given your PC specs? And that's a good question. Let me show you real quick why. Physical media. This is important to me. This is the one thing, the one and only thing that makes a console viable to me. Without this, a console is completely worthless. It is a closed PC, is a PC without options. It is a PC that fucks you in your ass. Without this, the console is a controlled box that has you by the balls. If this goes away, there is no reason to ever invest in a future console other than the nostalgia, I guess, for it. And even that is severely dwindled. And yes, the mass majority of these cases only have a disc in them. We've come from a time where you used to get a pamphlet, sometimes a thank you letter. Remember The Witcher 3? They actually thanked the gamers for buying their product and had a little pamphlet and even the soundtrack in a basic copy of the game, along with the disc. We've come from those times. I remember those times fondly. But now I see constant gaslighting, man. People, gamers, actual gamers, literally attacking the format. Well, attacking physical media. And my question is, why would you do this? First off, I have to ask the basic question. If you decide to buy games digitally, which I support you doing what you want to do. That's just simply the type of person that I am. If you buy video games, digital only, why is it any of your fucking business if I want a physical copy of the same game? If that's how you choose to buy your games, I have no problem with that. But why do you have a problem with how I choose to buy my games? A lot of these games that I showed you, I own them more than once already. I'll buy a physical copy for a console after I've bought a digital copy for PC. That's how I am, because that's how important the hobby is to me. The sake of game preservation is so important to me as a person. The fact that I own all these games physically, I feel as though I'm personally taking it upon myself to preserve the pieces of entertainment that I love. And I don't just collect video games. I collect films as well. I wish I could collect music, man, but there's only but so much space. There's only but so much I can deal with as a person. We all have our limits, right? But the most important to me is film, especially 4K film, especially if you love older film, but video games. I also completely support piracy, 100%. Do I personally engage in piracy? No, I do not personally engage in piracy, but piracy as well as physical media is for the sake of preservation purposes. Both of these things are absolutely gaslit to hell, with people not seeing the full picture or just willingly choosing to be ignorant for the sake of mega corporations that do not put any money in your pocket. Matter of fact, they drain your fucking wallet. So this is really the hugely concerning thing to me. Why you as the gamer are concerned as a digital media player, are concerned with physical media and actually supporting mega corporations' right to give the consumer less rights, less privilege, less of what they want. I am the consumer. I want physical media. I want physical copies of my video games. Why is it that gamers want to depreciate the quality depreciate the way in which I want my game. This is an old format, and it stayed around. You know why? Because it works. It works, and you can make all the arguments in the world against it, but physical media is extremely important. Now, if you live, I live in a place where I don't really have to worry about tornadoes and such, hurricanes and such. I'm fortunate in that sense. Now, if you have to worry about those things, I don't blame you for buying digitally. I think both, the perfect world scenario, both exists and both are perfectly carried out. As in, you're able to download your video game, and I have a complete version of a game on disc or on cartridge. Now, for the most part, when it comes to digital games, the desire for the digital gamer is fulfilled. Me, as the physical media collector, I'm constantly shat on. But while the games do not always come complete day one, the mass majority of them will play if you simply insert the disc. That is just the reality of the situation. Unless it says it requires an internet connection or there is a download code. Like, I know Bayonetta 2 comes with a download code of Bayonetta 1. Pisses me off to this day. I still need to figure out. I think there is a physical copy of Bayonetta 1 on Switch, so I have to look into that personally, but pisses me off as a gamer. There's so many instances where the consumer is just completely disregarded and disrespected. First being the Batman Arkham trilogy coming to the Switch. Why would you play that on the Switch or waste money on that? I will never know, when pretty much any other version of the game will probably be better. But yes, you only have one game on the cartridge. Both the other two games you must download from an online source. Recently, it came out that Alan Wake 2 will not even have a physical release. Why is it that this reasonably large company refuses to provide physical media? They give a BS excuse. Oh, well, it allots more time for polish. And it's like, well, it sounds like your game isn't complete then. That's a game that, hell, if I play Alan Wake 1 and I'm like, oh, this is good, let me try Alan Wake 2, your game is a bargain bin sale to me at best, just because of this blatant disrespect. Starfield. And I'm not trying to rail on Starfield here, because really, a lot of other companies are guilty of the same exact thing. So I'm not railing on Starfield, I'm railing on all the collector's editions that do not include a disc for your game. How stupid must a company be to really think they are providing an adequate service to a collector? A collector is someone that collects. They value the concept of collecting. What makes you think that a collector is fulfilled by giving them a collector's edition without a physical copy of a disc? An empty steelbook case with a code. Make it make sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's laughable. Gaming in modern day is an absolute laughing stock. And the fact that gamers defend this nonsense, it's absolutely aggravating. And who are these gamers? They're gamers that wholeheartedly admit that the biggest reason that they tend to just buy games digitally is because they're literally too lazy to get the fuck up, eject the disc that's in the disk drive, and put in another disc. Am I going to judge you? Yes. Yes, because that is absolutely disgusting. That you are so disgustingly lazy, despicable, pathetic of a human being, that the biggest reason is that you just don't want to get your fat ass off your couch or chair, whatever have you, to simply swap out a disc. That in itself is disgusting. I advocate for you burning those 2 calories in doing that. You should be getting up and moving after spending an hour or multiple hours gaming should be stretching. You should be moving your muscles, letting the blood circulate through your fucking lazy ass body. But if that's your choice, if that's the reason why you choose to buy digitally, then you know what? That's fine. I'm not here to advocate for digital media to be taken away because you're a lazy fuck. That's between you, yourself, and your body that's screaming in agony. But for you, the lazy fuck, to actually support these mega corporations and taking away the way I choose to consume my games, the only way a console is viable to me personally, is absolutely aggravating. Please consume the way you would like to, but don't take away my options. And companies that continue to disrespect the intelligence of gamers, I will continue to rail the shit out of you. I will continue to disrespect and absolutely point out all the nonsense. And believe me, I can't point it all out, so I encourage others to do so as well. I can't point it all out. There's some BS that goes on every day where multiple companies just completely disrespect you as the consumer, as the gamer, disrespect your intelligence, and a lot of people just continue to take it. And that is what bothers me the most. This is why my channel exists, to fight against this stuff. So I ask you, please stop defending these mega corporations to take away the consumer's option, the consumer's rights. Stop it, man. It's absolutely aggravating just because you want to, ball gargle said corporation. It is absolutely, it's aggravating. And to all those people that make up all these excuses why physical media shouldn't exist, let me put it to you this way. There's multiple ways to explain to you that you are a bullshit artist. I can go with, oh, well, most of the games actually don't need a internet connection to run. Don't need them. The mass majority of them don't. But when it comes down to it, it's none of your fucking business why I choose to buy physical media. If you don't want to do it, that's cool. It's none of my business why you don't, even though you expose yourselves for being the lazy fat fucks that you are. But if it's just for me to simply put on my shelf and nothing more, that's none of your business anyway. But it is far more than that. I love to collect. I love to present. I love to own. I love to preserve. I love to save. But man, at the end of the day, if Xbox decides to eat my account, if PlayStation decides to eat my account, if Nintendo decides to eat my account, I could still take my video game and play it. Even despite my account being lost, if PlayStation tomorrow deletes my account, all those digital games that I do, because I engage in both, all those digital games that I own, gone. Guess what? I have zero rights at all. Zero. With this, with Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart, or DMC, fuck it. With DMC, I have this physical game, and if my account, my PlayStation account is gone tomorrow, guess what? I can make an offline account, or I can make a new account, pop this in, and I'm playing again. Why would you not want to defend that, even if you don't own it yourself? I'm not here to convince you to change how you choose to buy your games. I'm just here to convince you to stop trying to convince me that what I'm doing is wrong, or that you should have any right in how I choose to buy my games. I mean, I let my friend borrow a boatload of my Switch games. I let her borrow one of my Nintendo Switches. Here's a Switch. I have too many of them already as is. They can't all connect to one account. Here's a fuck ton of video games because I've been trying to help her find her niche, what she likes. So here's a boatload of games. Have fun. Just brought them over to her house, left them there. Can't do that digitally. Can't share digitally like that unless you do all the bullshit. And with someone that I'm not sure if how, not everyone is too crafty in terms of game sharing. I like to game share between my 2 switches. It has no room for a third switch. That's why it's like, well, might as well let my buddy borrow my switch anyway. It's not like I can connect a third switch to my account and to be able to game share. So there's, while I think that there's a great benefit to game sharing digitally, the old school way still remains when it comes to game sharing. I can simply just, hey, cuz, try this game out. It's Flames. Here. Hey, buddy, best buddy. Try this game out. It's Flames. Or hey, try all these games out so you could find out what games you're into. Just try them all. That's what I did. How could you ever want to be against that? If you're a fan of video games, if you're a fan of the games themselves, if you're a fan of just the entertainment medium and you want to actually spread the love of gaming to other people, why would you actually support eliminating an option? Why would you do that? All because you want to cock gargle PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation, Microsoft, whatever have you. Come on, man. This shit is lame, It's disappointing. It's disappointing to see where gaming has gone and the narratives, the insane narratives gamers actually support. And I kind of went off on a live stream just insane, I was upset, I was annoyed that we have to have this conversation, but I'm here pleading, I guess, as nice as I could be, even though that's not necessarily the nicest, but what can you do, man? You try, right? But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about physical media. Do you buy physical games? Do you buy digital only? Do you do both? I mean, what is your way of collecting? In the end, I do support it all. I think that all ways of collecting, all ways of buying games, all have their benefit. It's when you can't buy the games is what I'm afraid of, right? When you can't buy the games, when you're forced to do subscription services, when the games disappear forever. That's the thing that I'm scared of. That's the thing that bothers me. Because there's definitely games you can't get anymore. Not every game is cracked online. There's never a perfect world scenario, right? But you do what you can. And I'm just saying, why don't you support us doing what we can to consume the games the way that we choose to? But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, or Kick. Please, guys, follow me on Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. And guys, well, I'll be and set them out. Peace.